Thank you all for being here, taking part in this co-creation together. I channel Aishwa of the Yael civilization, and the idea is that they are part of our galactic family. They are very similar to us. They share our DNA. We share their DNA. We come from the same point of origination physiologically. And then we each went out in a different direction, and now we're coming back. They are a very loving civilization. They nourish, they're compassionate, they take care of everybody in their civilization. So they, in that sense, are quite different on that level. We've chosen to explore limitation and separation. And we've been doing that in amazing ways. So they're offering to help us remember how to let go of the separation and limitation and then awaken from within and start living a life that's all they've ever known, living from the heart in that sense, knowing who they are. And Aishwa will say a few things. He might go 5 minutes, he might go 25 minutes. Try and keep it shorter here so you have more times for questions and sharings with him. I will suggest, understand that they live in the idea of their heart with each other, sharing with one another, taking care of one another, nourishing one another, and their self. So if you get a chance to ask a question, if it comes up, you might try and direct it and trying to understand what that is like and how perhaps they can share an example of that life that you can apply it in your own life, in your own circumstances. That might be advantageous for you to then be able to live more from your heart and more compassionately toward yourself and others. Or you can ask him about the weather on his planet if you want. You know, whatever you feel guided to, it's up to you. Yeah. So when he comes through to ask him questions, just if you get a chance, just ask whatever you want to talk about. And I will step aside, and it's great to see all these smiling faces and loving hearts here. Thank you again for joining. And as he comes through, he connects to a grid of consciousness, and it's very connected to all of us. Like you could say your inner heart, your higher self, your spirit guide. So there will be some of each of all of us in the consciousness of the words that he's sharing. So it's not just Aishwa. It's the consciousness of all of us to some degree. So you might see some of yourself coming through. Some of your loving nature might be coming through as he's talking. All right, I will step aside. It'll take about a minute here, and then I'll bring him through. Enjoy. Wonderful it is to be here with each and every one of you on this day of our time, to have the opportunity to explore together more of the infinite that we all are, more of the unconditional love as all of our actual nature. And with that in mind, the theme, the idea awakening from within. I will share some ideas and perspectives on this idea. There are an infinite number, and so I will share a few that are in the energy of the presence, those in the room in this moment. The idea awakening from within, one idea. Within each and all of you, all of us, within there is that which is existence itself, unconditional love. Two words, same idea, existence, infinite, all that is, all that is here and now, the one that is the all that are the one. Within all of us, you, me, the Yahyel, all life exists within unconditional love. That is all that actually is unconditional love. And as you are conscious more of this idea, accepting that you are unconditional love, that you are all that is, that you are the one that is all, you put that out, you get back more experiences of that, for this is how the experience in physical reality expresses itself. What you put out is what you get back. Giving and receiving, supporting and being supported by. This all is within all life, all of us. And the more therein, within, we allow ourselves to flourish, to nourish, to adventure, to discover within this infinite unconditional love that is our actual nature, eternally beyond the realms of time and space. There is this knowing, this confirmation, this sensation, this realization of infinite support, infinite nourishment, infinite sense of fulfillment, infinite intelligence of what to do, where to go, who am I in this moment, to feel this effortlessly, moment to moment to moment to moment, is within all life, is within all of you, within all of us. And allowing this to be an idea you can accept, validate, confirm, even perhaps define yourself in these ways, therein you will be transmitting, putting that out, and thus getting back or tuning into realities that confirm this for you in ways every day that become more enjoyable, obvious to you. Simply tears of joy flowing down your face. For seemingly no reason at all at times you can begin having experiences like this. And it is simply that is within you, awakening through your physiology, awakening through your mental construct, physical mind, finding its way into the awareness of your present beingness. More of the joy that you actually are, more of the infinite love that you actually are, flowing through your physiology, flowing through from the DNAs that are being turned on, the codons, the programs being activated because you're choosing to accept that you are infinite, all that is, the one that is the all, and that you always exist here and now. That anything you have ever done, that you are doing now and ever will do, is of unconditional love because, again, that is all that there actually is. And knowing this, then you can begin more easily to clear, transform, transmute, alter, change, redefine beliefs that are based on limitation and separation that you may have bought into or accepted or created yourself. That would only, in a sense, prevent you from realizing that within you is this infinite resource of your actual unconditionally loving nature. And thus, the more you allow yourself to know you are, have been, always will be infinite unconditional love, infinitely capable of creating nourishment, support in ways that you find fun, fulfilling, and fascinating, the more you accept this idea. And there are an unlimited number of ways you can accept this idea or choose to explore the idea. If you don't want to accept it, you can simply put your toes and fingers in the water and test the temperature of this for a while. Putting that out, you'll begin getting back experiences that confirm this in that way. So the proof in that is the tasting of the pudding. You put out that you are infinite unconditional love, truly putting that out. You will truly be getting that back. And there are, again, an infinite number of ways this can occur for each and every one of us, for you, for all life. And in that, then, as these experiences are coming back to you, begin awakening to that which is within you, that which you are, the unconditional love, your actual eternal nature. No matter what life form in any given lifetime you choose to incarnate in, you are always that which is existence. Unconditional love, the infinite in that sense, always giving, receiving, supporting and being supported by. This is what unconditional love, this is the function, the action, the activity, giving, receiving, supporting, supported by. So you exist, and you are the one that is the all that is the one. And how you experience being this unconditional love, the one that is the all that is the one, is determined by what you put out. That determines what you get back. The strongest emotions and beliefs and definitions and actions and behaviors that you put out attract the reality, the channel, the station that you tune into and experience. And as a civilization for thousands of years, you have chosen Earth to be a place to explore the ideas, going off into the forest, or going into a haunted house on Halloween, in a sense, turning out the lights, and having scary creatures reach out and grab you at certain passages down the hallways. It has been an adventure. You have created an amazing variety of limitation scenarios, separation experiences, generating the ideas of discomfort, disease, discord, disconsonance, discombobulation abilities. And it is then we perceive you are choosing as a collective to go within, to begin to experience your actual nature once again and awaken to more of the illusions, the beliefs based in separation and limitation, to let go of those, to no longer tune into those realities, those experiential realities, to recognize those realities as illusory realities. Awakening from within, knowing that within you always has been, always will be, is in every moment unconditional love. A pristine being, unconditional loving being, capable of coming to earth and creating illusions on a theater, on a stage, playing roles, playing characters, pretending that you or someone else isn't worthy, that you or someone else isn't good enough, that you or someone else won't measure up. And putting out those illusory beliefs, then you get back illusory experiences. And we understand you want to move away from that. And that is then in the vibration that you are sending out and wanting to move away from that, that we see you, that we were able to detect you, that we were able to discover you. To realize you share our DNA. For that is in the meditations over a couple of years where we discovered you, where we reconnected to your presence. As a collective society for a couple of years, we tuned in again and again and again and again to really get a sense of what it meant to be those who come first, of what it meant to be Shalanai in some other civilization's vocabulary of language. And in those 2 years, collectively as a civilization, us the Yahyel civilization, coming together and meeting sometimes as an entire civilization, unified meditations and global interconnectedness with our heart, our minds, our beings, our physicalities, our thoughts, our intentions, tuning in to our DNA, became apparent that was the place to go. We followed our heart. We chose what for us was the most pleasurable and least painful thing to do as a civilization, as a collective society, to go into our DNA. We'd realize we would discover an answer to who it was that was calling out to us, in a sense. And it was then that we discovered Earth. We discovered your civilization. We came to realize you're a part of that which we are. We grow up already awakened, tuned in to that which is within us. And we realized over time you had devised ways to disconnect from your withinness, your inner unconditional love intelligence, the consciousness of unconditional love, your intelligence had been disconnected in a sense, in an illusory way. This is that you created so much chatter with all the limited belief systems, so much static. These beliefs have tones, have tunes, have songs, and when you put out an illusory belief, for example, I am not worthy of love, that's illusory because, again, what? Oh, you are love, you exist, you are the infinite unconditional love. So to put out an illusory belief that you aren't worthy of love, that's an illusory belief, right? You are unconditional love. But you put out, you learn to create these illusions, these beliefs of limitation. Maybe you're not worthy or someone else isn't worthy. Carries sound, such a belief, has a tune, has a tone, has a consciousness. And doing this again and again and again and again, millions of you over thousands of years, there is a waveform of this static, creating dissonance. And it's so easy when you're tuned into that type of dissonance to become diseasing, disoriented. And that generates physically disabilities, discomforts, a whole disarray of uncomfortable scenarios. And putting those out, thus getting back more of those uncomfortable, disassociated realities, illusory realities. And so we discovered, and we then realized, as you started deciding as a collective to let go of playing with separation and limitation, the static, the dissonance started to settle down a bit. You started playing tunes that were of a heart register, that were of a frequency that harmonized with our heart patternings. And therein, we discovered you, in a sense, on those notes, in those tunes, with those harmonies. Over years, then, we realized more and more ways to assist you in how you can be within and awaken to your actual unconditionally loving nature. To begin putting out beliefs that are always in harmony with you exist. The one is the all is the one, and what you put out is what you get back, and those always change. Everything always changes except those first three. They never change. Understanding this as a foundation for who you are within allows you to more easily create, intentionally, consciously, beliefs, definitions about who you are and who other is and what's possible for you and what's possible for anyone else based on the ideas you exist. The one is the all is the one. What you put out is what you get back, and everything changes except those first three. You exist here and now. The one is the all is the one is you. You're the one that exists here and now. You are the unconditional love. Creating through what you put out is what you get back, experiences that perhaps you were just a person. But within you, you exist. The one exists. You are the one that is the all. Experience your existence as a part, but that existence you experience is the same existence that is the one existence. That is all of the all, that is part of the one. It is all the same existence. It is all unconditional love. And in that, all expressions of the infinite, all that are the one, are actually existence, are actually unconditional love. And there, in that actual nature, can none of these realities, these expressions, these ideas, these people, these life forms, these attitudes, these experiences, they all exist, so none of them are actually greater or lesser than any others that exist. All are equal. And they're fundamental, foundational, unconditional love, existing beings, quality that is always here and now. So to suggest that you or someone else is greater or lesser, understand that those ideas exist as illusions, yes. But because they exist and you're creating them with unconditional love itself, they actually are equal to all other things. So when you try and put a charge or an illusory quality, the idea that I am not worthy of love, that creates a dissonance, a static. Define yourself as unconditional love. Define everything you are as unconditional love. Even if you feel out of sorts, let that be to you an indication that you have a belief that is out of alignment with your actual nature. Again, the 4 ideas I've already spoken of is resonant of your actual nature. You can use those like tools. If you feel out of sorts, well, am I putting out a belief in the situation that goes, in a sense, against those 4 ideas? Am I acknowledging that I am unconditional love with this person, in this situation, in this circumstance? Because if you realize you're not, therein is the discord, the belief that is disconnected from your actual nature, the static tone of belief you are sending out. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, let that be to you an invitation to realize your instrument's a little bit out of tone, a little bit out of tune. You can ask your inner heart to assist you in getting your strings of belief creation back in alignment, back in tune with your actual nature, that you exist here and now. The one is the all is the one, is you, unconditional love. What you put out is what you get back, and everything always changes except those first 3. Use those ideas to tune your beliefs that you put out with your instrument of your mental, emotional, heart beingness. And in that way you can be within the instrument of your physical experiencing, tuning your instrument to put out beliefs and ideas that are resonant with actual nature, and you get back more experiences in resonance with your actual nature. And that you experience these ideas that are resonant with your actual nature is more obvious. You realize you are awakening. Understand it is coming from within, even though some of these experiences seem to be out here, without, in that sense, outside. But it is all here and now. We understand your unconditional love, and we know within you, you understand your unconditional love. Everything I am saying is within you. Invite your inner heart to unfold this reality from within you, that you awaken to it in ways every day you'll find fun, fulfilling, fascinating, fulfilling to you, rewarding to you, satisfying, educational for you. Ask that this be so. Put that out and you will get back that reality. You will tune in to this station of existence that is right here and now. You all have this within you, always. And you can learn to do this in a variety of ways. Again, invite your inner heart to assist you in putting out beliefs in resonance with your actual nature and clarifying, cleansing those beliefs that are not in alignment with your actual nature, beliefs based in limitation or separation. Within you is the power and the consciousness and the intelligence and the know-how to do this. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us. If it exists, it has this ability. If it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist. And that is just a concept, right? It doesn't actually, you can have non-existence other than an illusory idea that we can talk about. You exist, and this is all that existence knows how to do, is to exist. I am, I am, I am, I am. To be, to be, to be. I am, I am, I am. What you put out is what you give back, determines how you experience and transform your existence, whether from lifetime to lifetime or moment to moment, day to day, interaction to interaction. And understand that every person in your life, moment to moment that you interact with, has within them this knowingness as well. So you can tune into that knowingness within them. If perhaps you're feeling a little bit light in any given moment, maybe you don't feel top form, maybe you don't feel unconditionally loving in one moment. It might be a challenging moment. Understand that the other people you are interacting with, within them is the knowledge of how to be awakening from within your actual unconditionally loving nature. You can tune into that exists within other people. Or you tune into yourself that aspect of knowledge and you can share that with others. In a sense, others who are actually you. For the one that is the all is the one. And in sending it out, in a sense, that way, it can work into their field like sympathetic resonance to awaken that ability within them. You have a guitar, you strum the C string, another guitar over here, the C string starts vibrating. Sympathetic resonance. You strum your knowledge that you are infinite, unconditional love, sending that out, and that can then within others begin to vibrate that knowing within them. So you can do this for yourself, and you can play these notes for others. And if they, in that moment, don't want to play along, well, that's their choice. Find other people, other instruments to form a band, a symphony, a harmonious orchestration of sounds, thoughts, beliefs, consciousnesses that stream harmony with your actual unconditionally loving nature. And again, there are an infinite number of ways to describe this idea. So, in this moment, in the sharing, in the collection of beings that we all are in this room, this is the way it came through in this moment. So I thank you all for sharing and co-creating this idea, this explanation. It's one of a limited number of ways to talk about awakening from within. If you have a question, if I can clarify something about this, perhaps you would like a technique, or if you want to know more about the idea of how we experience this in our civilization, where we are born, conceived, live our life with this awareness of unconditional love in ever so fulfilling, fascinating of ways, you can ask about this as well. We would love to share that with you. So, thank you for co-creating this idea about unconditional love and awakening from within. And with that in mind, if there are anyone that has a sharing or questions, I will open up this timing to that.
Hello, Ishuan.
Hello. What is your name?
My name is Tasha.
Tasha. Hello, Tasha.
Hello.